y'all. So first we're going to do a summary, and then we're going to dive into the review. Tony got caught dropping off money to that lady, but she didn't see his face. Heather want full custody of Michael and more child support. If I'm not mistaken, I think she said she currently getting $1,000. She was like, that's not enough or whatever. I said, first of all, how she know so much about what they got going on? She knew about the shooting. She knew about well, I know how she knew about the Jeremiah situation because it was a video of it. But she knew every. She mentioned something, and I forgot to mention it in my other video. She said that Fatima had a civil suit against her. What's she talking about? What is she talking about? Did we see that already? Or is they foreshadowing what's to come? Because I don't recall. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm, forgetting or whatever. But she said that Fatima had a civil suit against her. But yeah, Heather Aunt want more money. She expected $3,000 and some dollars. And I said, she clearly money hungry or whatever. I said, now at first when she was talking, she was like, she want to fix what Heather broke basically and just spend time with him and just give him a better life or whatever because, Heather ain't no good. Heather trifling or whatever was abusing him and everything. She brought that up. So I'm like, okay, I said, okay, this is where the shared custody comes in because they've been saying how they supposed to split custody or whatever. I don't know how true it is. We'll see. And I think they mentioned something about Michael going over to his aunt sometimes or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, she won $3,000, and I said she's clearly money hungry. And now at first I said like, okay, she want to be a part of Michael's life, but then she started talking about Fatima money as well. She started talking about saying if they get married, does her income come into factor or whatever? And I think the judge said no. Or whatever. And I said exactly. I said what the word going on? I said now judge, you clearly have selected hearing because what the word going on? Didn't you hear her ask all them questions about other people money and all that, and it ain't clear that she money hungry? I said, come on now, because it seemed like at first he was kind of being harsh or whatever, but Zach ended up telling him that, he want the opportunity to be a real father. They already kept him from Michael or whatever, and they don't came got him again, and how he didn't even know nothing about him. I said, exactly, they over here trying to make him pay for choices that Heather made, but Heather over here walking free. I said, she over here walking free. Don't she supposed to be in jail? Is she in jail? I know they said she was unfit. They deemed her unfit or whatever and stuff like that, but did they ever arrest her for the abuse? I can't remember if they actually arrested her or not. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Fatima stalled so that Zach won't have to pay child support payments by mentioning that there needs to be a court-ordered DNA test, and the aunt felt some type of way about that as well. Zach has to go to anger management classes, and then he'll be able to get full custody of his son. He started going on the next episode, y'all. Hold on. But yeah, he has to take anger management classes. And the last thing is that Fatima working with a celebrity client named Sage or whatever. And I was confused about that too because so far no mention of Andy. And I know before somebody said how these two separate shows or whatever, eventually it would have to factor in, wouldn't it? Because she's supposed to be, Andy's supposed to be her boss. So I'm like, okay, is they gonna mention Andy? So far they have not mentioned Andy at all. And not only that, it was a new lady on there. I didn't catch her name, but apparently she was one of the partners. And I said, so did Andy get replaced? I said, like, wait a minute now, because at first it was all dudes except Andy. Andy had just joined or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't have a female partner, did they? Except Andy. I don't know. Let me know, y'all. But yeah, and the female partner was saying how she wants Fatima, if this goes well with the celebrity client, she wants Fatima to come work for her. Look, I was expecting them to do another time jump. I expected when they did the time jump for her to be a lawyer already. So basically, she doing the same thing she was doing on Sisters. Being a lawyer without actually being a lawyer. And I know they were saying how law school take a long time or whatever. Y'all time jump and everything else. Might as well go and make her a lawyer at this point. Maybe next season she'll actually be a lawyer, y'all. We'll see. But yeah, so let me know what y'all thought of the episode. Did y'all see the episode? If you didn't see the episode, people be uploading it or whatever. Sometimes they upload it on Instagram. Sometimes they upload it on Facebook. You just got to search Tyler Perry's Zatima season 4 and whatever the episode is or whatever. Like, for example, this one, episode 5. But yeah, so let's get into it. So the episode started with Zach making Fatima breakfast, and she was kind of mean to him. I said, I don't know if it's just the hormones like he said or what, but she seemed irritated. I don't know if it was the whole custody battle, the custody situation, and she just getting overwhelmed with everything on top of her job, on top of being pregnant, and not to mention the crazy stalker lady is stalking her, but she don't even know about that yet, but she's slowly starting to figure it out, I'm assuming. But yeah, I wish that Belinda did try to tell her, y'all. She definitely tried to tell her. I got to give her points with it. And Fatima just kept interrupting. But when it got to the point, Because wasn't it on this episode? Let me see. Or was it on next episode? Let's see. No, it's on next episode. We can't talk about it right now, y'all. I thought it was on this episode. But not too much happened on this episode. Like I said, Zach was making Fatima breakfast. She was being mean to him. And I said she's clearly irritated. They was preparing to go to court. The name of Heather's aunt is Patricia, y'all. Her name Patricia. She's the great aunt of Michael. She wants full custody. She knew about the fraud. She knew Zach was being investigated for fraud. She knew Fatima had a civil suit against her. She knew that Zach had beat up his brother. She knew that there was a shooting that Fatima got shot at and everything. I said, now some of this I know, obviously, because, you know, the internet, the video and stuff, I understand that part. But everything else, somebody running around snitching. They never talking too much. Or they got a private investigator too. I don't know. Maybe they got a private investigator too. But yeah, they knew that Zach had attacked his own brother. Fatima was like, what I got to do with this? But yeah, they said she had a civil suit brought up against her, and I can't remember, y'all. It wasn't Heather, was it? I know Heather she had hit Heather or something, but I don't think it was her, was it? I can't remember. It's slipping my mind right now. But aside from that, let's see. Zach said that he could be the best father if given the opportunity. That's what he told the judge. The judge ended up telling him how he has to take anger management classes and stuff, and then he can get full custody because they don't really like taking custody from the parents, from the father or whatever, and not allowing him the opportunity to be a father. But he need anger management. And he felt some type of way about that because I was like, okay, you do got anger. I said, you and your wife, your future wife, both of y'all got anger issues, but she able to calm hers down. She know when to do it and when not to do it. But I think they wanted the same. Definitely, or whatever. But yeah, so Zach got up, he spoke, he was saying how if given the opportunity, he'll be the best father ever. So then Patricia told me, so she want to talk too. So she started talking, and she was like, she want to make up for what Heather has done or whatever. They love that boy. They didn't even know what she was doing to him or anything like that. So once again, the judge says Zach needs to complete anger management. So Patricia continues to have custody. Patricia clearly money hungry, so she starts talking about $1,000. I think the lawyer said that $1,000 is not enough compared to his income. So she wants $3,000 and something, but he can't see his child. And he brought that up too. I said that's kind of not right. Now it would be different if he was a deadbeat or something like that. But he actually want to be a part of his child. Like that's a huge difference. If people don't like to acknowledge that part. But yeah, so she gets to continue to keep custody. So then this is the part. Because at first I was like, okay, she want to make up, you know, for what Heather did. She don't abuse him and stuff like that. I said, okay, like, it sound good to me. She started mentioning more money. She started questioning whether or not Fatima, when they get married, will Fatima have to pay money? I mean, would her income factor into it and stuff? Because he was like, no, that ain't what she said. But if you watch the episode, you know what she said. But yeah, the judge ends up saying how they going to revisit in 6 months. Fatima brings up court order DNA test or whatever to stall Zach from having to pay. And the aunt felt some type of way about that as well, but he agreed. He definitely agreed because they didn't have it on record. Next scene they cut to was Fatima. She was at work. And like I said, this lady, I didn't catch her name, but apparently she was one of the partners. And again, like on Sisters, I could have sworn they said that Anna was the first. I don't know if she was the first female partner or not, but I ain't seen nobody except I seen Bellamy, I seen Robin, I seen what's that dude name they got that's on Sisters right now. What's his name? The one that got a problem with Andy working on the cruise case. What is that dude name? Benson, Bradley Benson, or whatever his name is. Yeah, him. I seen him, but I ain't never seen, like, maybe I just don't be paying attention. But she looked new to me. When she get there? Just like how at first, I don't think Angela was originally working at the same place as her, but now she worked there. Or whatever. But yeah, no, I take that back. I think it was season 1 where she wasn't worked there. I don't know, y'all. I can't remember, but she worked there though. But yeah, let's see. The lady comes in. She was like, she wants Fatima to work with her celebrity client because she got to do something. Her name is Sage. She a R&B singer, and she was like, she not in the entertainment industry or whatever, but she was like, she thinks she'll do good at it or whatever. Sage is suing her manager, her father, because she, you know, well, they didn't get into it right then. Fatima ends up agreeing to see her, so she introduced them to each other. Sage ends up telling her how her father has more control over her, and she said, what was the name of conservatorship? I don't know. I've spoken looking it up. She said something conservatorship or something like that. Y'all, I supposed to be looking it up, but apparently the dude got control. Her daddy got control of her until she 30. So I'm assuming she can't make no decisions by herself. I don't know what it means. I should have looked it up. I forgot, y'all. I forgot. Fatima ends up telling Zach that one of the partners asked her to work with Sage. She had got on the phone with him or whatever. What else happened? And she ended up telling him how she gonna be late. Preston ends up stopping by Zach's office to say he about to head out to happy hour. He ends up inviting him. He agrees. Bryce came out of nowhere talking about he want to go to. He started talking about something. If not, he just gonna stay outside Angela's place or whatever. And I said, okay, Bryce, now, okay, now. I don't like how they trying to spin this narrative that she completely wrong or whatever. Not using him for stuff like that. Yeah, obviously, but he over here keeping secrets about what he like and what he into. And now that it came out, everybody want to act like, okay, you know, you didn't do nothing or whatever. You know, like, no, he did. If she don't want that, then she don't want that. And they shouldn't be trying to make it seem like, okay, let me dismiss what I want because he want me for right now. No, he just kissing Zach or trying to kiss Zach. What the word going on? But yeah, it's like I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But yeah, they end up going or whatever, but they don't show, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't show them until the next episode. I think the last thing that they showed was Tony. He was walking up, leaving that envelope of money again. And so the lady opened the door. She was like, hey, or whatever, who are you? So he stopped, but he ain't turn around. He just started walking real fast. He started walking real fast, and that was it. And I'm finna do the next review, y'all. So stay tuned for that video. Let me know y'all thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is Tiger Today.